Okay, all right, we back with another one. Through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, call on Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakwadash. All praises to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the God of Gods, the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. There is no God beside him. Shout out to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai's son, Yahushai. Much love, much love, much love to Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Shout out to the chosen among Israel, whoever they may be among Israel. Much love to the prophets who bring out the word day and night and day, nonstop, just to give it to us, just so we can know the truth and we can have the good news. Much love to them. Shout out to the Akim, the brothers that's in the word. And they're not from no camps. They do it on their own, probably like 2 or 3 brothers, or most of the time they solo, Yet again, shout out to those prophets. And they do everything in their power to show Yahweh Shem Yahushai that they fear him and they love him. Much love to the Akim, the Akwaf, the beautiful women that's in the word. And whether you got a man or not, you still fear the law, statutes, and you still fear the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you listen and you learn in silence. Coming back at you with another video through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And this is titled we can just title it Losing Power. Losing Power, because right now the white man is on an extreme decline. So, aka the great red dragon, aka Esau, the devil himself. Yes, this white man is on a great loss of power, and the Lord is starting more and more to put him on a humiliating him on stage, to the point to where he is the villain and everybody is throwing lettuce balls and tomatoes and rocks at him, and everybody is laughing at him. And he is also one of the main characters in the Bible for right now. He is the enemy, he is the antagonist, he is the devil himself, not knowing that all of his plans that he's planning to do to our people is going to come to folly, and it's actually going to help to benefit our people, that and make our people stronger. So what's going on right now is his struggle to keep his power. Yeah, right now the elites are struggling to keep their power, and it's not easy. Doing evil is a hard job too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Being evil, being an asshole, it might seem like it's second nature, but at the same time, it's a hard thing to do, because you hurt a lot of people, you destroy a lot of shit, you start a lot of shit, and then one day, at some point, it's bound to come back on you. So you don't sleep right, knowing that people is not sleeping at all to find you. You always got a group of people around you, and you don't know who is the enemy, within that crowd. You don't know who gonna jump out and attack you, who gonna try to shoot at you. You got family, at the same time you got to worry about them, and you don't know if they planning on getting your family and to get at you. Doing evil is a very hard job to do. Trust me, it is. And for this white man, it is an extreme job now. It is turning into something that he probably wish he didn't do, but he has to do. Like Yahweh Shem Yahushai said in the Bible, it's not for him. No, he doesn't want to do it. It's not in his heart to do it, but the Lord is going to make him do it. So he ain't got no choice but to take this evil road. He ain't got no choice but to continue destruction, and he ain't got no choice but to rely on that sword, I said, I need to stop saying that. But he ain't got no choice but to rely on that sword. So what's going on right now is that he's losing a lot of power. Now, there's a saying that it's an old saying that I've been hearing, that it's a weird saying, but it's true. If you lose your woman, you lose the kingdom, because the women is what make up a huge ratio of your kingdom, and without them, you're nothing, because, stop saying, because at the end of the day, the women is what men thrive on. They are the targets for approval. They are the targets for sex. The main obsession, the main money maker is the women. So right now it's a huge problem, because all the white women is going to the Israelite men. They are. They go into the Israelite man, and that is a huge sign of a loss of power and a loss of authority. So right now, the white man is at his last edge of keeping his power in his hand over these nations, and keeping control of his own people, losing his woman, losing his money. He ain't got and at the same time, this man got everything. The Lord gave him everything on purpose, but remember, everything is nothing. You know? Oh, I gotta stop saying, you know. Everything is nothing. So you got the cars, you got the gold, you got the houses, you got the beautiful castles, the mansions, and the most beautiful places. You know, black sand beaches. He got his houses there, all the way to crystal clear waters. You know, he got his feet there. You know, but at the same time, let me stop saying that. You know, get it out. At the same time, guess what? Nobody cares. Sometimes when you get to the top, like they say, it is lonely at the top. It is very lonely at the top. And he at the top right now. But the funny part about it is that nobody likes him and nobody cares right now. A lot of the people, a lot of the world do not care about these white men. And a lot of the world is starting to move on, casting him aside, and the world is moving on. It's the same thing that's happening in America right now. Pretty much the main leader right now is Israel, and the white and the black man, and the Israelite man, because they mixed. It's the Negroes, Mexicans, and the Indians, and the speckled bird, because, you know, black men having sex with a lot of other races, and the kids are coming out black, and regardless if they white, they could be Indonesian, they can be Russian. They are black due to the father's seed. So it's a big ass multiplication of our population. You know, because you got the speckled bird, you got the Negroes, Mexicans, the Indians. They all make up the Israelite man, the black man. So you know, they are running off with them, and mainly right now the main attraction is us, the headline of Judah. Well, I think I'm the headline of Judah. Most likely I might be the headline of Judah, you know? So we are the main attraction right now. You know, a lot of us brothers is getting in the gym, getting big. How you doing? You know, you the Israelite according to the Bible? All right, I'm just passing it along. I know you heard me. But when you got it, when you got the word, you got it. When you heard it, you heard it. It can't be undone. So, you know, we going into a lot of us brothers is getting more and more into the gym as the years go by. You know, our physiques are changing. We getting bigger. We getting better. You know, stop saying that word. Some brothers, they can win women over with their intellect and their money, with their kindness. You know, because there is a difference between a white man and a black man. Okay. The difference is the black man is more intent. He's a lot more kinder. A good majority of us are good brothers. We are nice people. We actually are. Yesterday I seen something funny that made me laugh. It was LGBTQ white dude, and he was on the court balling with the rest of the black dudes, and the black dudes let him play, and they didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck. And guess what? The LGBTQ dude was balling. He was balling, man. He was balling. And I played ball with him, and he ran 3 games in one night, and nobody cared. And he was balling in his girl sandals. He had girl battle sandals on. That's what we call them. Little crystal balls on his sandals and all that. And he was fucking balling, and nobody gave a fuck, bro. That's how much the black man is welcoming to society. Israel welcomes everybody, which is the problem. That's exactly why we in the shit that we in, is because we welcome everybody. But that's the generosity of our people. That's how much we love the world. That's how much we cool with every other race. And a lot of races like that shit. They're like, man, hey, shit, the black man should be leader rather than his white man. He letting everybody in. Black man letting everybody in. Like how about Shem Yahushua said, all shall cling to the house of Israel. So we're going to get that. We're going to get that right now. That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now. All the nations are clinging to the house of Israel. They know that in order for them to make it, or for their gene to make it in the next world, they got to cling to the children of Israel in order for them to be spared from the judgments to come. They got to acknowledge Yahweh Hashem Yahushai as God. There is no other God. They got to go through Yahushai. And then on top of that, they got to acknowledge the Israelites as the lower gods that they should worship as a representation of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on the earth. They have to admit that. They have to admit that the gods that they worship are no gods, like Zeus, like the white man Jesus, not real. Zeus, not real. Poseidon's not real. Khalid, that's not real. Buddha is not real. You know? What's another one? The elephant god in India is not real. None of that shit is real. And none of them are, and none of the gods are white. They all black. And they have to acknowledge that. They have to cling on to Israel in order for them to be spared by the Most High from the upcoming judgments. A lot of stuff that's about to happen with these prophecies, when they get to the extreme, when the dark prophecies and the bad things start manifesting themselves, it's going to get real good in the future. It's going to get real good. And it's going to start scaring the shit out of a lot of people. It's going to start scaring the shit out of a lot of nations. So a lot of exciting things are going to happen. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, in the name of Yahushai, Yahweh willing that I live to see those days, because it's coming. But a lot of things are going to happen to Israel before the judgment comes. A lot of strange shit is going to happen, and it's going to make the white man hella mad. So instead of me getting, they shall cling to the house of Israel, we're going to get the woman in the sky and the great red dragon. I'm gonna go into Revelation real quick, because this got to be heard. Wait, I can find it faster on the tablet. Because right now, this is what's happening. And it's actually very, very funny. It's actually very, very funny, because the more and more Yahweh Hashem Yahushai get closer, the more and more the Israelites are exalted again, the more and more jealous and the more and more hatred the white man feel. Because what's happening with the white man is that he got everything, man. He got the fat of the earth, which means the fat of the earth means he got the power over the nations. He got all the riches. He got all the money. He got all the guns. He has everything that a man could dream of. But guess what? Don't nobody care about him, and don't nobody want that. Hey, brother. Hey, hello. Can you hear me? No, he can't hear me. I ain't gonna get his attention. But nobody cares, bro. So he like really lonely at this point. It might not be a lot. No, it's actually a lot of white dudes that's going through this, but it's kind of still of a ratio of some white dudes that don't really see the problem, but the powers that be and some of these people that got political power and control, they see it, and it is a serious problem. And a lot of these white women are following after the black woman. They following after the black woman. It's a lot of other nations like I forgot what they call it in Japan. They call it Afro something, to where a lot of the Japanese people are rocking cornrows. You know, they wearing baggier pants. They wearing the ghetto outfits. The Japanese women are mimicking our women with the individual braids. You know, the big booties, the nice breasts. You know, the onion, the curly nails. They taking all of that. They taking all of that, and the white women doing the same thing. They all clinging to Israel. So wait, oh shit, this glitchy ass shit. This shit irritating. No, don't nobody tell you to go there. Come on, get me out of there, man. It says, this is Revelation chapter 12. It says, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet. And the sun and the moon in the Bible represents wisdom and knowledge. It says, and upon her head a crown of 12 crowns. No, 12 stars. Ah, shit, this damn thing. I should have used my other earphones. How you doing, man? What's up, man? You know you an Israelite according to the Bible?
The second time you talked to me about that.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have good memory. Go ahead, that's all I want to tell you. Go worship Yahweh. Worship Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in the name of Yahushua. Worship the Lord. I don't know, brother. I can give you some. I can try to give you some change. Get out. Go on and enjoy your day. That's all I wanted to tell you. Go ahead, man. You good, man. Have a good day. Stay blessed. Yeah, it's a good day as long as you get the news. Good news. So it says, Revelations chapter 12, verse 1. It says, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And being with child, she cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. So this was Yahushua being born out of the tribes of Israel, and originally he was the tribe of Judah. So he was born out of the 12 tribes. Now the same thing is happening again. The truth is coming out of the 12 tribes of Israel, and all the prophets, whether they be from the groups that we don't like or whether they be on their own by themselves, the truth is coming out. So it says, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns. This is the 10 common markets, and this is the EU, European Union, right along with the Babylon. They all make up that, but this is the representation of the white man in general. So it says, and his tail, and it says, and 7 crowns upon his heads. It says, and his tail drew a third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. It says, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered. So these third stars of the earth is the 2/3 Israelites that's gonna fall during the war, because the Israelites are as many as the stars can count, and as much as the sand on the seashore. This is the metaphor that the Lord compared them to, as being a nation that cannot be counted. It's a lot of them now, and it makes it worse. Like I said, with the black man mingling with different nations, Israel is spread across the world. Israel is just as much as the nations, and Israel dwarfed the nations in comparison. That's why I kept saying, I didn't understand why a lot of people kept saying, oh, it's only 20 million black men. No, that's not true, because you excluding all the other nations that come with, all the other tribes of Israel that come with them. A lot of people don't believe in the truth. So they saying that the black people is only a small population. The hell they ain't. The hell they not. There's so many goddamn black people everywhere. That's all I see. I see more black people than I see white people. I see white people here and there, but I see a lot of black people, man. I see a lot of niggas everywhere, man. Everywhere, man. Everywhere I go. everywhere I go, and a population is rising, while the white man's death rate, his death rate is rising. So it's not, a lot of them are dying, and with them mingling with the children of Israel, it's not making it no better. They losing populace, and they losing it fast. So right now, one of the things that the white man did was pass this shit called this Big Beautiful Bill. And it consists of taking all the benefits that's affecting women so they can come back and depend on the white man, mainly the white woman. And I was looking at that today. One of these YouTubers had gave out a news report about that today, and it's becoming more and more evident, more and more extreme, that this is happening to the white man. And we all laughing, because no matter what you do to affect this nation, no matter what you do to hurt the Israelites mainly, all they gonna do is adapt and keep moving forward. The only thing that the white man can do is come out with a sword, come out to attack them, and he's still gonna lose that war. But like the Bible did say, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai needs a sacrifice in order to fulfill that repentance. He needs a sacrifice, and that sacrifice is these YNs, sacrifices these Israelite whores, these non-believers, these gang members, evil pimps, these drug addicts don't want to change their ways. The philosophers that believe that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is not the God of gods, that there are many gods. These pulpit hustlers that's in them churches, that's stealing all the money, and they pushing the white supremacy, with the white Jesus. And you got some of the Israelites, false prophets, that's misguiding people to make money, or to be rich. So this is a proper sacrifice of 2/3. It says, and his tail drew a third part of the stars of heaven. It says, and did cast them to the earth. And he stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, to devour her child as soon as it was born. So right now, he has to put on a full-on assault on the children of Israel, hoping that he can find the prophets when the time comes and kill them and snuff out anybody that got this word. Because right now, it's not the physical, it's not the mental, it's the spiritual. It's the spiritual shit that's it's the spiritual truth that's becoming more and more evident. It's becoming more and more alive, and this white man is seeing that, because this is his downfall. But sadly, this cannot be stopped. So it says, and she brought forth a man-child who was to rule the nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up to Yahweh and to his throne. So let me make sure that my earphones are on. It says, and the woman fled into the wilderness, and where she had prepared a place of Yahweh, and that they would feed her there 1,260 days. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. Now, people that are dumb and do not study, and I was one of those people that did not study, part of the college cemetery, as they would call it, scholar cemetery, they would actually think that Satan is fighting against Michael, and they got some old grudge against each other because Michael whooped Satan and cast Satan out of heaven for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But that ain't true. That ain't true. In fact, Satan ain't never fell from grace. Satan ain't never fell from heaven. Why would Satan want to betray the Almighty Yahweh when he has all the power? He has all the control. He is one of the powers among the powers that be in heaven, the angels that didn't have to come down here. They are in control of a lot of things, and they have power over everything. Why would he want to give that up and then go against the Lord? And then at the same time, they don't have that desire. They don't have that emotion. They are connected to the power. They never get tired of being the powers. They never get tired of worshiping the Lord. They connected to him. They have unlimited power. They don't have the same emotions as we would down here on the ground. So it's completely different. And this is a part of the white supremacy lie, that Satan is going to fight against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and in the name of Yahushai and the angels and Michael, and they going to fight for the world, and the fallen angels and all of them going to come out the ground to do one last battle for the world and for power, when it's actually the white man that's going to be fighting the Lord. So it says, and this is what happened. It said, and prevailed not, neither was there a place found any more in heaven, meaning that he was knocked out of rulership. When Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gave Yahweh Shai the go, they came during the war that's coming. They came during the war that's coming between Esau and Jacob, because we're going to need help fighting against these white people. So Yahweh Shai is going to come during that time when the white man is putting his hands on us in this great death. And like they said in the Bible, Yahweh Shai stood up and Michael got up too. Now Michael is the, I call him the angel of chaos, angel of chaos and war. He stood up, and they had enough of the Israelites being attacked and slaughtered and killed. Because when it goes down and the white man is a sword, when he passed through this nation and he really try to put the smack down, because he jealous and he hating on the Israelites, and he mad because he losing power when he thought that he had power, he gonna come and attack the Israelites directly. That's what's gonna happen, because all of this shit that's going on right now is not affecting them. They still moving on and they still climbing up in power. So the white man is like, damn, I gotta outright attack them in order to affect them. That's what's gonna happen. Martial law, World War III, the collapse of the dollar, all this shit gonna happen because the white man don't want to lose power. So it says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So the white man, and aka the spirit of Esau, and all of his devil children was cast out of rulership. They was cast out of rulership. They lost that fight between what they would call the UFOs, what we know as the angels, and they lost that fight between Yahweh Shai. Like it said in the Bible, it said the fight gonna be so quick, so brutal. The white man don't got that kind of technology to defend himself from something that's so otherworldly. And he's going to get his ass handed to him in the battle, and it's not even gonna be days or weeks or nothing. Like Yahweh Shai said, it's gonna be like Yahweh said, it's gonna be 1 hour. As simple as that. 1 hour of a global war, mainly here, of the nations backing up the white man, and all the white nations going against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's son and Michael and the angels. When they hop off them chariots, it's over with, man. And them chariots gonna be blasting them, man. They got one chariot to take out an entire nation. You know, one chariot can take out the world. That's how powerful the technology is. They far too advanced. And the Most High is doing it. Why is he doing it? Because he wants to put the Israelites back on top. He wants the world to go back to the way it was. And then on top of that, he wants the white man to know that he's no God. He's no God. And on top of that, to make matters worse, he is going to make sure that he knows that, because it's going to be an unfair fight. It's not going to be fair at all. He's going to get bodied by Yahweh Shai and the angels and Michael. They're going to body the shit out of him. And then the Israelites going to get the power too. They're going to be connected to Yahweh Shai too. So some of us going to be flying around just putting the smack down on them. And then you're going to have the Israelites with the guns and all that outnumbering them and blasting their ass. Because the Israelites ain't going to quit, and because their number is great. You're going to take 2/3 of them. Yeah, you're going to take a good chunk of them, but that's still not going to be the comparison of the Israelites that's still going to remain. It's still going to be a lot of us. There's still going to be a lot of us, man. It ain't even the loss of the Israelites that's going to come into the battle is a necessary sacrifice, and it's still not a fraction of the Israelites. It's still not a fraction. So it says, and I heard with a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God, Yahweh, and the power of Yahweh Shai, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai day and night. So it go from them praying to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and telling Yahweh Shai that we should be punished, that the Lord should destroy us, and look what we doing, to news reports. They keep reporting news reports of our people doing a lot of stuff when they doing far more evil, even though our people is doing some evil shit, but they doing much worse. And this is what they complain to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for day and night, night and day. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai knows everything. So he's not a fool. He knows everything. He knows what's going on. He know these people that's trying to pray to him and call out to him. He know who they are. So it says, and he know that they done much worse. So it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. So that's them prophets that's pushing forward. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. That's the Israelites. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. It says, for the devil have come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has a short time. It says, and this is to the other nations too. So he gonna make war. He gonna start off as much shit as possible. He gonna throw his little baby temper tantrums as much as he can before his time is up, and his time is almost up. As you can see with the way the world is moving, and him doing all these fucked up laws and shit, and trying to attack the Israelites and gain his woman back and gain power and notoriety and gain his celebrity status, because everybody in the nations and all of them is looking like these white people ain't shit no more. We don't even care about them. You know, they ignoring them. And that's exactly what's making a white man mad. Like, damn, I'm not really nothing. He becoming a minority. Like Howard Shai said, I will make you small among the nations. You small. Don't nobody care. The world is moving on without you. And if the world is moving through the clinging on to the Israelites, which a lot of people are doing, that's just what it is. And he can't accept the truth. So it says, and when the dragon saw that he was cast to the earth, that he not only was defeated, he went broke. It says, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she nourished for a time, and times, and half a time from the face of the serpent. It says,